This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Brett Fred. Delighted to be joined by undisputed lightweight queen Katie Taylor here in Leeds. Kate, it's been a while since I've seen you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, thanks. Just busy preparing for these fights. It's been a great year and a half for me, so please God it continues on Saturday night.
Let's talk about Saturday night then. Back in front of 20,000 fans in Leeds. I know Leeds is a place that holds a special place in your heart. After a few fights behind closed doors, you must be so excited to hear that atmosphere and that buzz on Saturday.
Yeah, I can't wait to have a chance to actually fight in front of a live crowd again. It's very, very special, and I do. Leeds does hold a very, very special place in my heart. Like I said, I grew up as a Leeds United fan, and my father is from Leeds as well, so it's great to have a chance to actually box here in front of a passionate 20,000 people in Heavenly Way.
It's one thing I want to ask you about that connection you have with Leeds. You mentioned your father there and being around Leeds when you were younger. Can you just talk to me about some of them earlier memories you have of being around Elland Road and being around the city? I'm sure you get a fantastic reception of all those people that will remember your connection.
Absolutely. Some of my favourite memories as a kid is actually visiting the city, visiting family here, and going to Elland Road for those Leeds United games. I think I went 2 or 3 times to a Leeds game, and every single time was just so special. I used to grow up with the Leeds United jersey on me every time as well, and I just love this city, and never actually thought I'd have a chance to actually box here. So I'm just so looking forward to Saturday night.
Let's talk about your opponent, Katie. Jennifer Han, former world champion herself. She was mandated by the IBF to face you. How much have you seen of her, and what do you make of her as a fighter as well?
Yeah, she's a great fighter. Obviously has a great amateur background as well, so I am expecting a very tough challenge on Saturday night. I think these girls always raise their game against me as well, maybe 10 or 15%, so I think we're going to see the best of Jennifer Han on Saturday, and because of that I have to raise my game as well. Looking forward to a tough challenge, and I'm prepared for whatever comes at me on Saturday night.
Female boxing is continuing to grow. We've seen new deals for Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall, Caroline Dubois coming in, Kelly Harrington as well, who we'll come on to in a minute. But from when you first messaged Eddie Hearn all those years ago about wanting to turn pro, could you envisage the growth that you have overseen of the women's game in this last 5 years?
I think this is the best women's boxing has actually been. The growth has been incredible over these last few years. I think when I did turn pro 5 years ago, we didn't really know what way it was going to go. We didn't know how people were going to perceive it, and here we are 5 years later where women's boxing is making huge waves. I think there's a female match fight on every single boxing card at the moment, and it's not unusual anymore, which is fantastic, and it's only going to continue to grow as well. I'm looking at those Olympic Games in Tokyo, and I was glued to the TV for those few weeks, and just looking at the talent coming through from those Olympics as well was absolutely incredible. So yeah, the best yet to come.
I mentioned Kelly there, and you said you were glued to the Olympic Games. How proud were you watching her go and repeat some of your exploits from over the years and becoming a national hero in Ireland as well?
Oh, so proud. Like I said, performing for your country in the Olympic Games is the biggest honour any athlete can have, and the pride and honour that she brought to the whole country was absolutely incredible. And just looking at the footage of everyone in Dublin, in the inner city in Dublin was absolutely incredible. She's going to inspire that next generation as well. And that's what it's all about. It's we can be role models for these next generation, and these girls are actually growing up with these kind of heroes. You have no idea what that's going to do to the next generation, and that's what's so special about this journey.
Okay, I was on the Zoom call with you and the other media guys the other day, and I noticed a lot of the Irish press were already talking about you and Kelly in the future as a big fight for Ireland. If that did become a possibility down the line, I know that's some way off, is that something you would entertain?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously, we have to see how, if she does decide to turn pro or not. I don't think it's in anyone's radar yet, but yeah, of course I'm ready and willing to step into the ring with absolutely anybody, regardless of who they are. So we'll see what happens, I guess.
Final couple from me. Katie Amanda Serrano was back in action over the weekend. You've made it clear you'll fight anybody and everybody. You want the biggest fights. As far as you're concerned with an Amanda Serrano fight, is the ball in her court now to make that happen?
Yeah, I think so. The fight was obviously scheduled a couple of times before. I was preparing and training for that fight a couple of times, and it fell through for whatever reason. So yeah, the ball is definitely in her court. I'm ready and willing to step in the ring with anyone.
I'll leave the final word to you, Katie. For everyone getting behind you, coming down to cheer you on Saturday night, what would you like to say to them?
Just thank you so much for all the support. I'm so excited to be fighting in front of a live crowd again. So tune in on Saturday night, and I hope to put on a great performance.
Katie, thank you as always for speaking to Boxing Social.